At one point in time, Abercrombie & Fitch was the hottest brand in the world. After all the discriminations and scandals with the CEO, the brand image ultimately collapsed and disappeared from the spotlight, and no one would touch the product even with a barge pole. It was so bad that it even got itself a Netflix documentary. But over the last few years, they have made a huge comeback, becoming one of the most popular brands again. I got a few pieces here and I've been wearing them for the past few weeks. Let's take a look at how they fit, the material, pricing compared to other brands, and see whether or not they're worth the revived hype. First up is one of their most talked about items, which is the premium heavyweight slum crop tee. Now, with crop tops being extremely trendy right now for men, Abercrombie & Fitch has quickly established themselves as the go-to brand for men's crop tops. Most brands will have a handful of pieces that are cropped, but not Abercrombie & Fitch. Pretty much everything is cropped with just a handful of items that aren't. Now, I will say they've done a really good job with the fit and sizing. This one here is a size medium. I got fairly broad shoulders and they fit me quite comfortably. What's also good with their t-shirts is they provide both a regular and a tall options, and they've got a wide variety of designs for their crop tops. Something else that I think Abercrombie & Fitch have done really well is their pricing. They're really smart with it, and they've done it in a way where it keeps you coming back wanting to buy more. So there's always some sort of discount on, and if you're on their rewards program, which is as simple as signing up, you'll get more discount applied as well. It's a nice little gimmick to make people feel like they're getting a bargain. This tee here is listed at £35, but it's on sale right now for £17.99, and then further discounted to $14.39, which makes it cheaper than the Uniqlo U crew neck. The biggest downside though, in my opinion, is the material used for their t-shirts. So even though it is 100% cotton, you can tell the fibers are really loosely knitted together and not pre-strung at all. So when you give the material a slight tug, it's very springy and you can see through the material quite easily, which is not really an attribute that you'd expect from a heavyweight t-shirt. So when you wash this, it's gonna shrink a lot, especially if you were going to tumble dry this as well. Now, beyond crop t-shirts, Abercrombie & Fitch also offers other cropped garment as well. They do a crop cardigan, jackets, and even puffer. So along with the heavyweight t-shirt, I picked up the waffled cropped Henley as well. I really like this piece, and it's probably one of my most worn pieces over the last few weeks. And this is one of the situations where the material choice works really well in favor of the design. The loose knit fabric drapes really well, creating a relaxed, flowy effect, which looks really nice with this particular piece of garment. However, there are a few downsides to this. So it's not even been a month yet, and some of the threads have already been pulled out, which to me suggests that they use really short fibers for their fabric. And it's not even on one little part of the garment. There are quite a few areas where the thread within the fibers are coming out, which further demonstrates the low quality of the fabric that's been used. Now, I'm someone who's extremely careful with my garments, so for this piece to have this many pulled threads already, I think it's really disappointing, especially if you consider the full price of this item at £45. Now, of all the discounts, I did pick this one up for £21.60. And regardless of what price it is, I would say that the amount of threads that's come off is not really acceptable. Although it looks nice when you initially wear it, you can tell that it's very much a fast fashion piece and it will break apart very, very quickly. Now, for the trousers, I picked up a pair of the ultra baggy barrel jeans. It says it's top rated with most sizes out of stock, but weirdly, it doesn't have a single review for this product. Now, it's another 100% cotton made garment with really good sizing and lots of options for lengths. So I got these ones in a size 32 and a 30 length. Now, for baggy jeans, I want them to wear a little bit higher, and I really hate it when my clothes touch the floor, so a size 30 length is perfect. The level of customization is exceptional for jeans at this sort of price range. They fit really well and the fabric feels good. The denim isn't too stiff where it's uncomfortable, and overall the quality is really solid. The main downside for me is the pockets are quite small, and also the angles of the pockets are a little bit awkward. So if you've got anything in them, for example your phone or your wallet, especially when I'm walking up and down the stairs, they do end up digging into your hips, which isn't that great. But I guess if you're someone who carries a bag with them, then it's not really an issue. But overall, I'm really impressed with this pair of jeans. I think even when you're comparing it to things that are a lot more expensive, the fact that you have so many customizations that you can do to this pair of jeans to make sure it fits you without actually going to a tailor is really good. Lastly, I picked up a pair of the premium heavyweight sweatpants. I really like the color use of these. And honestly, from a distance, the calligraphy logo combined with the green and gold makes it look like a piece from ALD. Now, if I put it side by side with the Emilion de Fleece jumper in the green and gold, you can see the resemblance in design, and it almost looks like they should be a pair. Now, this one I did get in a size large. The fit is a little bit baggier than I would have wanted, so I'll probably go down to a size medium if I was to buy them again. The pockets they've used, the material is quite thin, so just make sure you're a little bit careful with not overloading the pockets. But overall, I think the quality of this is pretty good. Now, this is a pair of joggers that I've been wearing quite often recently, and I've not had any pulled in the fabric or in the threads. So the quality is a lot better than the waffle tee. Now, this one I picked up £31.20 with all the discounts, with its original price at £65. So at its discounted price, if we're going to compare it to something similar, say for example a pair of Adidas joggers, I would say these are pretty good. Obviously, the overall fit of these are fairly generic. You're going to get the same fit across pretty much all of the joggers, but I think the colors and the design are quite special. And if you can pick these up at the discounted price, I don't think you can go wrong with them. All right, so those are some of the pieces I picked up from Abercrombie & Fitch. Now, overall, there are some items which I think are questionable. For example, this waffle tee. The quality of this is just not up to the standards you'd expect from a brand at this sort of price range. However, with the jeans and the joggers, I do think they're quite good quality for what they are. And then for the crop t-shirts, there aren't many other companies who are doing this wide of a range of crop tees. So if that is what you're looking for, then obviously they are a good option. Now, believe it or not, I actually used to be an Abercrombie & Fitch bro back in the days, and pretty much my whole wardrobe used to be Abercrombie & Fitch, and I even interviewed with them. So I do have a legacy connection and love and hate for this brand. So to me, it almost seems like they used to make the same item over and over and over again, but now they've completely gone the other direction. They are embracing diversity with the brand, and generally speaking, they are making a much wider range of products. And even though some of the fabric choice are questionable, especially in the t-shirts, I do think the fit that they offer, and also the fact that it's almost always on discount, does justify the purchase of their garments. So overall, for Abercrombie & Fitch, I think I'll put them in the B tier. They're not the best quality, nor are they the cheapest, but they do offer really good crop options and have a great range of customizations for their products. So what do you think of Abercrombie & Fitch? Can you put the dark history of A&F behind? Or do you think they've redeemed themselves with the new brand image and inclusivity of people and the wide range of new products? Let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you're interested in watching more of my content, I've got another video here and here for you to watch. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.